Good morning, guys. I just wanted to make this video so I can show you exactly how I make my evil eye candle. This is actually the second time that I have made this candle since my guides recommended this to me about a week ago, since things have been getting a little crazy, to be honest with you. So everything that you see here is what you're going to need, or optional stuff, but I'll explain. Okay, obviously the first thing you're going to need is a candle. Make sure this candle is cleansed of any energy, make sure it's completely washed and things like that, and just make sure that you get rid of any labels. But for the evil eye candle, you're going to need either a blue candle or you're going to need a white candle. It's up to you. Listen to your intuition. You're going to need a glue stick, and you're going to need a printout of the evil eye. This is one that I printed out. Now, yes, I could draw it myself since I am an artist, but I'm lazy. So I decided to just print this out, okay? If you don't want to print it out, or you don't have access to a printer, you can draw the evil eye yourself, and then you can cut it out and glue it onto this candle, okay? You're going to need an oil. This is my fiery and protective oil. I make this myself. If you do not have a protection oil, you can use coconut oil, whether it's fractionated or virgin coconut oil. Coconut oil is really good for protection and purification. So if you do not have a protective oil like I do, you can just use coconut oil, okay? I have a stick here, so it can make it easier to pour this oil out into the candle, but you will see later. For the herbs and ingredients, you're going to need rosemary. This is rosemary that I've taken from my own plant, so I'm going to be using that. You are going to need rue. Rue is really, really good for just pushing away whatever it is that's affected you. Just getting rid of it. Another herb, and this is the herb that my guides recommended, this is hyssop. Okay? Hyssop is really good for just cleansing and purifying and getting rid of anything that has clung to you, any evil that has clung to you. Okay? If you're familiar with Bible work, you might have seen it. Now, this right here is black salt. I also make this. This is my own personal recipe. Again, if you do not have black salt, you can use sea salt, okay? Sea salt works just as good. But if you have black salt, whether you make it yourself or whether you buy it from a store, that's good. This is salt that I've made myself. I have my own recipe. But this is what I'm going to use. You're going to need a marker, because you're going to need to be writing your name, and you're going to need to be writing your intentions onto this candle. Okay? Preferably, I go with black. Now, if black is all you have, use it. Another color that you can use is red, because you want this protection to be fiery. But my guys told me to use black, so that's what I'm going to be using. Alright, for optional stuff, these are just two evil eye charms that I ended up getting from a store. Well, drawn to getting from a store here. These have been cleansed, so they're ready to go. This is just a little evil eye bracelet, and then this is a charm that I also have inside of my car. So these are charms I'm going to be using. You do not need to have these. If you don't have them, please don't feel tempted to just get out and go get them, okay? This is also optional. This is the protection incense. I just dug through my stuff and realized that I actually still had this. Again, if you do not have any protection incense, that is okay. It is not necessary. This is totally optional. But I'm going to pull it out and use it regardless, because why not? You need to do something with it anyway. Alright, so these are all the ingredients. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything aside, and then I'm going to go get started, okay? Be right back. Okay, so I am back, and the first thing that you want to do, after you've obviously cleansed and gotten rid of any labels on your candle, first thing you want to do is, if you've printed out your evil eye here, or if you've drawn your evil eye, drawn, painted, doesn't matter. If you created your evil eye, you've already cut it out, now's the time to go ahead and place it on the candle. Alright, so that's what I am going to do. So, just give me a minute here. You're going to take your glue stick, you're going to take your thing here, you're just going to... Obviously it's not the neatest, but got to do what you got to do. By the way, I hope everybody's been doing okay. I I know it's really hard sometimes, especially in this current time period. I know it can be very difficult, but I hope all of you are doing okay, all right? I just wanted to throw that in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this on, like so. All right, just make sure that it's on evenly. Okay. All right, and there you go, evil eye. All right, so that's done. And then the next thing that I am going to do is I am going to take this marker and I am going to write my name, my full name and birth date on this, as well as my intentions. That is actually going to take a while, so I will be right back. And when you see me again, this is going to already have a lot of stuff written on it. All right, be right back. All right, I am back. And yep, just as I did it, I wrote all over the candle. This is all I'm going to show you because you don't need to see that. You need to see my personal details here. So, this candle is ready to be dressed. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to dress it with is my Fiery and Protective Oil blend here. I'm just going to give this a good shake to kind of activate it. Now, since I lost my dropper, this is what I am going to do. And this is a little trick. You pour it down the side of the stick here. You don't need a lot. Just like a little bit of oil here. Just like a little bit of oil. You don't need a lot. Just a little. Alright. It's good enough. Put this off to the side here. Okay. I'm just going to make sure I move this oil like so. Since this oil was made with very spicy ingredients, I'm going to try to keep my hands off of it as much as possible. Because if you have sensitive skin like I do, you don't really want this stuff on your hands. But anyway, okay? I am going to go ahead and dress this candle with all of the ingredients that you see right here. Okay? I have already blessed and gave my herbs and the salt a purpose. Well, technically, I didn't have to bless the salt because it's already been blessed when I made it. So it's ready to go. But I did bless and consecrate my herbs here. So that's what I'm going to add right now. Okay? I'm going to start off with the rue. And again, you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. Okay? That's good enough. And then it's the hyssop. If you want to crush up your herbs just a little bit, you can. I'm feeling lazy today, so I'm not going to do that. Just make sure that these herbs are away from the wick. Okay? A little bit of hyssop there. And now the rosemary coming straight from my plant here. So I got a few leaves here. I'm just going to rip them. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. And then last but not least, my black salt. This is what it looks like. Just going to take a small pinch and I'm just going to sprinkle generously. Okay. There we go. Alright, so this candle has been dressed. I'm going to take my stick here and just kind of push everything away from the wick, because as always, anytime that you burn candles, no matter what kind of candles they are, you must practice fire safety. That even includes if you're using candle magic. Okay? No exceptions. Alright. And then the last thing that I'm going to do, since I have already blessed and consecrated these charms here, just going to go ahead and stick these charms onto the candle. Alright? Stick these charms onto the candle like so. Alright? Just to give it a little boost of power. So, this is what the candle looks like. Alright? This is what it looks like. All dressed, consecrated, and ready to go. All I need to do is just go ahead and say another prayer and, you know, bless and consecrate this candle for its purpose. And it's ready to go. There you have it. Good psalms to use with this. Oh, before I even get to that, sorry about that. I'm also going, when I start burning this candle, I'm going to use this. I'm going to take an incense stick like this. I'm going to light it, and then I'm just going to go in a clockwise motion. Okay? Even if I light the candle, after lighting the candle here. Just go in a clockwise, counterclockwise motion. Did I say clockwise? I meant counterclockwise. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do with the incense here. Other than that, this is ready to go. If you do psalm magic, some psalms that are really, really good for this candle would be Psalm 36, Psalm 91, and Psalm 109. Again, Psalm 36, Psalm 91, and Psalm 109. Okay? If you do psalm magic, use those three. Those are really, really good for protection against the evil eye. So I hope this tutorial helped out. And if it did, a thumbs up is always appreciated. And please, if you've made your own version of an evil eye candle, please share it with me in the comments below. I read comments all the time, okay? But if you enjoyed this tutorial, thumbs up is always appreciated. I read your comments all the time. And I hope all of you stay protected and you stay healthy and you have a good day, okay? I love all of you, and peace.